Hi, this is Tapsee, and you're watching me on Behindwoods.com. Aadukalam is my first ever movie actually, not even in Tamil, my first ever movie I took up. Though it has taken a long time to come on screen, it will always remain very close to my heart. I'm playing the character of Irene Claude in the movie. I'm an Anglo-Indian. A very sober, calm down, a very matured character. She's not like those normal, typical, ordinary college-going girls who will be like jumping around, dancing around. No, this character is very mature and a very calm down character. You won't hear her talking that much, like long things. She is not a chatterbox. She's very subtle in her words. She'll convey more through her expressions and through her actions than her words. So a very strong-headed person, a very strong person from inside.
என் வெண்ணிலவே எரிக்க
Yeah, I just knew 3 words when I came to work for Aadukalam, and slowly now, by the time I've started my second movie, I'm like speaking 1.5 page dialogues now. Journey has been tough, no doubt, because it's very difficult for a North Indian tongue to speak in a South Indian language, any of the South Indian languages. So it is very tough for me. But where there's a will, there is a way. I've started picking up because I keep on hearing people talking around me. I keep on listening to television channels in Tamil. So I am making all the possible efforts. All I would require from all of you is just give me some time. I'm trying my best. Maybe by 1 or 2 movies, I'll be pretty decent in Tamil.
ஹே கொஞ்சம் சொல்லால என் உசிரெடுத்து வச்சுக்கிட்டாத கண்ணால என தின்னாடா
See, when a person comes from North India with no clue of the language, be it Madurai slang or a Chennai slang or any other place's slang, it is the same for me. For a person who doesn't know Tamil at all, the slang doesn't really matter. It was like a fresh experience for me. Only when I got into the movie, worked for a few months, then I got to know, okay, there is such a difference between Madurai slang and Chennai slang. And when I started doing my second movie, I got to know the difference between the two. But at that time, I had no clue of the difference between the slang. My director, Trisha, picked me up just because I could carry the look. When I went there, I was given my costumes, typical those Anglo-Indian costumes, and I spoke to my sir as well because the place where we were shooting, that was an Anglo-Indian community. And the people who became my parents, my father, my grandmother, and my friends in the movie are actual Anglo-Indians of Madurai. They are not artists. So that was like a big helping hand. I used to keep talking to them to get to know what is the mentality of Anglo-Indians, how do they talk, how do they walk, what is their basic lifestyle, to get to know more about my character. Even if I would have gone to Jodhpur or Jabalpur from Delhi, I would have felt the same. Because it's a new place for a Delhiite to come to, adjust to different new people, new language and a new industry. It was very difficult. But Madurai will play a very important part in my life because it is my first ever workplace. So I will never be able to forget it, and in all positive ways. Because once you have come to work, you know what you're doing. You don't have any scope to crib about anything.
என் வெண்ணிலவே எரிக்க
Dhanush obviously is a very experienced artist, so he will and he has helped me a lot. Off screen and on screen as well. On screen, helping in a way, he used to stand and help me go through my dialogues and expressions. Little bit of bits here and there, that how to do this and that. And off screen also to how to deal with this work. Basically how to keep your mind when you're working, and so just so that I have a longer life in this industry.
ஹே கொஞ்சம் சொல்லால என் உசிரெடுத்து வச்சுக்கிட்டாத கண்ணால என தின்னாடா
Maximum takes which I took was for a dialogue which was 5-6 lines in Tamil at that time. That was too much for me at that time. Now it's like the easiest thing for me to do, considering my second movie. But at that time, 5-6 lines was too much. So many retakes I gave, and at one point I was about to burst out in tears. When Vetri sir and Dhanush saw me, they started laughing at me. They were like, "Why are you getting so tense? We are cool, chilled about it, relax." And they were like, "It's because you are coming from a background of software engineering where you are so much into studies and so much into perfection of studies that you feel a little awkward when you don't do a particular thing in the perfect way. So don't worry, you should not have been a very studious student. Otherwise, you wouldn't have felt bad if you wouldn't have been, that studious." So that was one scene which took a lot from me.
இதனை முடக்குதலை வேறறுப்போம் குருதி மலையில் போரிப்போம் பட்டா கத்தல் வாய்த்திடுங்கள்.
At that time, I couldn't say it. After that, because every scene I do, I have to refresh my mind and then do the next scene. If I keep on keeping the dialogue of the last scene in my mind, I don't know what will I say for the next scene. So once I go for the next scene, wash out of the memory. See, this movie will not show like romance in a very typical romantic movie way. It's a very shy and something that audience will feel more than we feeling it for each other. Very subtle, very silent kind of a romance. The girl will walk out of her house for the guy. The guy will change his life for the girl, but still you won't feel it's a lovey-dovey movie. Very differently done love story. Very raw, very real. It's not at all large than life. Whatever chemistry you see between the two characters is typically how you will see a very proper slum area boy and a okay middle class family girl, and that too coming from two different cultures, an Anglo-Indian and a Madurai based Tamilian. So two different cultures and stature people getting together. So that's the whole chemistry all about. What I like about the city is the ethnicity, the culture of the city. Very quiet city. It is not about, when you have to really get out of the race and want to calm your mind a little, that's where, you go for Madurai. For me, it started from there. So for me, it will be a different experience, because the time you talk about Madurai, Aadukalam, my first movie. But as an audience, as a traveler, I would say a very ethnic and a cultural city.
Hey, சொல்லால என் உசிரெடுத்து வச்சுக்கிட்டாத கண்ணால என தின்னாடா.
My favorite song is the day I heard it, I fell in love with this song. Thankfully and happily, fortunately, it's my introduction song in the movie Yaate. GV sung it, GV composed it. I became the biggest fan for GV the day I heard the song.
இதனை முடக்குதலை வேறறுப்போம் குருதி மலையில் போரிப்போம் பட்டா கத்தல் வாய்த்திடுங்கள்.
My future projects, I've already started working on my next Tamil movie, almost halfway through it with Jeeva under Kannan's direction. The movie is named Vandan Vendran, and we have shot the first half more or less. Yeah. I'll do such movies that people will not recognize it's the same girl who did the previous movie. So that's how I plan it. That's what I want, and that's what I'm going to work on. I got to know this after I started working on the movie, because before that, even the crew didn't tell me, nor I asked the crew. So later on, when slowly I got to know that Trisha was considered for the movie, and then due to some problems she had to leave the movie or whatever. But then I was scared at one point because Trisha has huge fan following. She's a big star here. So I was scared that her fans should not get offended, that I have replaced her or something. And at the other time, I was very nervous because this character was, if what Trisha was supposed to do it, people would have expected a lot from this character. Those expectations should not go down once a newcomer is doing it. So it's very nerve-wracking. I don't want to say I won't do this type and that type. I will experiment with my roles so much that people have now started telling me, be careful, you cannot do this type and that type. Audience will get offended, they will not like it. That's my humble request from my audience. If you really like me, please be ready to see me in different type of roles. Don't expect me to be only the lady love of the hero all the time. because I'm a person who gets a little bored doing the same thing every day, every time, again and again. I will experiment with my roles and characters. Please be ready to accept me in different roles and characters.
ஹே கொஞ்சம் சொல்லால என் உசிரெடுத்து வச்சுக்கிட்டாத கண்ணால என தின்னாடா.
See, the basic differences of the audience. What audience wants, the cinema will reflect. Telugu people are love to see larger than life pictures, over the top, big sets, big, the whole dramatic, big drama and all. They love that. They love to see that, like richer movies. On the other hand, Tamilians are more grounded and real. They want to see the reality in their movies. So that's the difference between two. Malayalam, it's a little similar to Tamil only, but still, I mean, I've just started working on my Malayalam movie, just started, so cannot really spot that big differences. But that's also more closer to reality. Thanks a lot for watching me on Behindwoods.com, and please don't forget to watch my movie Aadukalam and post your reviews to me wherever you would like. I'll be catching up with all of y'all's words. So please don't forget to tell me how did you like it. Yaate 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 naach, yaate 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 daach,
yaate 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 daach. அடி வெள்ளாவி வச்சு தவழ்த்தாங்களா, உன்னை நேருக்கு காட்டாம வளர்த்தாங்களா.